Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is my June roundup. It is currently the 6th of July. I'm flying a little bit seat of my pants because it's 9 o'clock on the 6th. At 12 o'clock, we're leaving to go on holiday. We're just going to Heathrow today. So by the time you watch this, we will be in the air, I think. But I need to record my month-end roundup. So I've gathered all the bits. I finished the bears last night. They're on the bookcase. So we'll go and look at the bears in a bit. But hi, welcome. If you are new here, thank you so much for dropping by. My name is Martin. I live in Cardiff in South Wales in the UK. And I describe myself as a knitter who crochets and spins. I'm an enthusiastic spinner. Although I feel like all I've done lately is crochet and I really, really need to get back to some knitting. I feel like I've got itchy knitting fingers. So I've got some knitting projects to take away on holiday. I'm not going to cover too much about the knitting projects because with 3 hours to go, I've still not actually packed knitting stuff. I know. But yes, if you are a new viewer here, my monthly roundups are where I grab all the things I finished in the month. We do finished objects, we do works in progress, and we do acquisitions. And we have all three this month. I know, right? I'm making some progress, I think. If you're a returning viewer, of course, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving me a little bit of your time today. I've done a lot this month, I think, but there have been some previous Pride videos where I've chatted about some of my progress during June. So I don't think this will be too long a video because I have stuff to share, but I've shared bits of it during June, if that makes sense. But it'll be nice to just sit down and just gather my thoughts and have a moment with you all before, the vacation madness begins. So, it's been a busy month. June was around my kind of summer of love cowl. It was Pride month, and I really wanted to raise awareness of some wonderful pride causes, some wonderful LGBTQ dyers, makers, designers, and fill my little feed of YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. I'm still doing some things on TikTok, but I don't really know what I'm doing over there. But fill all of my social media with positivity, with lots of bright colours, with rainbows, and it's been a wonderful month. I want to start, the first thing to mention is I talked in the June video, I'm just getting the figure. We talked in the June video about me wanting to support a LGBTQ charity during Pride. And why can I not find the figure now? Talk amongst yourselves. Right, I'm back. So I talked during June about wanting to raise some money as well for an LGBTQ charity. And I said that all of the YouTube money that I make during June, I would donate to charity. So accountability post, let's mention that and deal with that right at the beginning of the video. So during June, I made £166.45 on YouTube sponsorship. And thank you so much for watching my June videos, and through that advertising, £166.45 was made. I have decided to donate that money to Mermaids, who are a UK charity helping transgender kids and folks and support those individuals through their journeys. I've made a donation of £178, so I rounded up to 170, and then there was an option to cover all of the bank fees for the charity, so they get the donation. So I made £178, which slightly rounded up, and then including the the bank fees. So you can see that on my Instagram. I put it on my stories and I've tagged it in the highlight where I tag mermaids to show that I've done that. So thank you so much. Round of applause, community effort. Thank you for watching my videos during June. It was wonderful. Loads of lovely comments from you folks about how you were joining in, how you were supporting other LGBTQ creators and makers. And yeah, we were able to raise some money for charity as well, which was really important. And I can fill my feed with rainbows and positivity, but it was about the serious side of Pride and just raising some awareness of other folks and challenges in the community. So that's the Pride element finished now for June, but of course I am a gay man. It's never finished. And I'm going to continue my make along. So if you're still making projects, please tag me in them. Let's just continue to share the positivity and the rainbows. I found some Pride fibre, which I was talking about in June, about trying to find a dyer who was doing fibre, and James Makes Things. James Makes Yarn. I'm sure he was James Makes Things before, but James Makes Yarn. So we'll come on to that in acquisitions in a minute. So I'm still going to continue that kind of rainbow theme. It's throughout my videos, but I'm going to continue my little make-along throughout July and August as well, because, as always, I've got more projects than time. So let us do finished objects. So I have one knitted finished object, and I've got one big crochet finished project. So my one finished object today is my Think Fast cowl by, the pattern is by Fatima Hines. I'll pop the details below. I love a cowl because I like making jumpers, and I do wear knitted jumpers, but I get warm really quickly, and a cowl is a great one and underneath a little jacket when I don't want a full shawl. I'm a big fan of going out on the weekend in a t-shirt and a massive shawl. So a cowl is kind of that transitional. I really like it. It's not going to show properly, but the yarn is by Niche of Knotted by Niche. And it was her Pride colourway. So that's the yarn. And with most of Niche's yarn, it glows under a black light. So you can kind of see, if you use Instagram or TikTok and you want to see, I don't know if I put this on YouTube Shorts. If I didn't, I'll add it on at some point. You can see that it's glowing. So under a black light, whoop, whoop, we're going to have a little glow. So yeah, I really enjoyed, it was such a great pattern. You can customize the repeat so you can make it deeper if you want. You can probably make it narrower or wider as well by adjusting the stitch count. It's quite a really well written pattern. I really loved it. So that was my finished knitted object. I did finish knitting something else, but I can't talk about it. Oh, I didn't put that on the graph. The graphs aren't coming. I haven't had time this morning to actually make the graphs. Graphs? What do I say? Graphs. It's like scone and scone, isn't it? Let me add on out.
June, so I need to add on another. June. That's what it was, and I used that. Right, so let me add that to my monthly summary. Out. Oh my god. This is why you should never do Excel live on YouTube.
Woohoo, that looks a bit better. So, yes, I have also done something else that I can't tell you about. It was a secret test knit. It was super fun. And you'll hear about it very soon. But I used 50 grams of yarn. You'll probably be able to guess what it is from that description now. But I did finish that as well, which I can't show you yet. So in my July roundup, I still can't show you. Can I show you in July? No, I don't think I can. No. It'll come in August. But 2 finished objects, knitted wise, 1.5 finished objects for June. So that wasn't too bad at all. The main part of my crafting in June was my Pride Bears. So I'm going to stop the footage now. Let's go and visit the Pride Bears that are hanging up on the bookshelf. Okay, so here they are. Here is Red Bear and Orange Bear. So before, some of you are going to get a close-up look at the bookcase now. This is the books I studied in school shelf. Sleepy Hollow, Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, Black Robe, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Silas Marner. I didn't study the complete works of Shakespeare, but I do have. I did Hamlet and Macbeth. Tangent. So what I've done is I've created a garland, and with the leftover Pride yarn from the main 6 Pride colours, I basically crocheted all 6 colours together, and I used a 10mm hook, and I basically just did chains. So I've chained them, and I've made this lovely little garland. And yeah, then there are all the bears. So we've got Red Bear, Orange Bear, Yellow Bear. There's the kids. Nieces 1, 2, and 3, and nephew 1. Green Bear, Blue Bear, Martin Bear. Some of my Toff dolls. Purple Bear, Black Bear, Brown Bear. And then we've got Baby Blue Bear, Baby Pink Bear. Still obsessed with this needle felt needle punch kit that Hannah made me. Just insane. So that's, again, tangent. There's my Martin Bear patch from Toft. I've got a kit on my shelf because I'm still so amazed that I've got my own kit. But I have my own patch, and this is my patch. And Hannah needle punched the patch. It's amazing. So that lives on my bookshelf with some of my other dolls. So yeah, Pink Bear, Cream Bear, and then this is the special Pride Bear. So for those of you that are Tofters, at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, I can't remember when we went. Mark, when we went to EYF, Edinburgh Yarn Festival, it was pre-pandemic. Not just before though, the year before, so 2018? Yeah, it was the year before. Right, so this is at least 2018, this colourway. And Toft had a Edinburgh Yarn Festival exclusive. It was the Ram. Oh, can we find him? Bear with. All of my most of my Toft makes live in here. Then the kids can play with them when they come over. They know they're allowed to play with the ones that are in here. No, that is the Yule Goat. It looks like the Yule Goat. My Imaginist entry. There he is. Okay, so this is Dougal. So Toft launched an exclusive kit at Edinburgh Yarn Fest. And this was Dougal the Ram. And there was a little mini skein of hand-dyed yarn that made the horns. And you could only get that in the Dougal kit. I'm going to try and walk into the flat backwards now. You could only get that from Edinburgh. So I bought the kit and obviously I made my Dougal. Now, this is where the story continues. So there's a lovely lady called Alison who I met through the Toft community. And Alison has been on a journey to make the Toft monkey pattern, Benedict the chimpanzee, in every single colour of Toft yarn. So she's got all the stock colours. So stone, this is coming on holiday with me, definitely. So stone and ruby and all the other colours of the Toft makes. But what she also has done, is manage to get hold of pretty much every single hand-dyed or exclusive or something to make a funky monkey of. Well, this one was super rare because there weren't that many kits and they did sell out over the weekend. They weren't put up online. If you didn't go to Edinburgh Yarn Fest, you couldn't get one. When I'd made my Dougal, I had a little bit of yarn left over. I don't know how many grams it was. It wasn't a little bit of yarn. I had like maybe half a skein left, I think. So Alison put a call out on social media because she wanted to make a funky monkey in the Edinburgh Yarn Festival yarn. So I sent her what I had. I had a little ball of it in my stash. I wouldn't really use it in another project, so I was really happy to donate it and give it away. Fast forward now then, however many years it was since I sent Alison that, my leftover, and I got a message. She said, I've made you something. Can I send it to you? I was like, yeah, not expect anything, but lovely. Thank you so much. And when it arrived, we had a little bear in the leftover yarn, which was just a super really lovely, like all of the superlatives gift. And when Alison had made her funky monkey, because she'd gathered bits of the yarn from other members of the Toff community as well, she had a little bit of my yarn left over. So this yarn started on Dougal's horns and finished on a mini Peter the Bear. How cute is that? So I've now got 12 little mini bears, and I'm not sure who of you it was, but I think there was a few of you definitely said about, when I said I was making the bears, you're like, they need to be a garland. They did need to be a garland. Thank you so much for that suggestion. So there we go. That is my pride bears. And a very, very special bear. I'm back. So yeah, that was a really, really lovely surprise from Alison. So thank you so much if you watched this video. So what that means then, though, in finished objects, I said there's no graphs this month. I haven't had time. The graph in numbers, I'm an Apple user. The graph in numbers isn't pretty. I use Canva and I'm on a clock. So there's no graph this month, which those of you that hate the graphs will be happy. If you are new here and you want to know what I'm talking about, pop back to last month's roundup. There's a graph. I love data. I work for the bank. And some people love data too and love seeing the numbers. But basically, I'm trying to be more mindful in my stash this year, and I'm trying to use more yarn than I bring in. So as long as I stay in a net position and I've used more than I've bought, that's the year-end objective. So I am currently up 800 grams or down 800 grams, depending on which way you think about the graph. But I have bought in 1,800 grams of yarn and I've used 2,600. So we're in a positive position. So the bears, this month was a good month because I've taken out of my stash 348 grams. I have a little bit of yarn left over from some of the bears, but as you saw, the 6 main colours, I've crocheted that to make the chain. So I used all of that yarn. So we could do a little dance. And yeah, I think I used about 55 grams. So if you've got some yarn in your stash and you don't have a full skein, I used about 50, I think it was 54 grams on my cowl. But finished objects wool-wise, it's been another good month because I am still in a positive position. I have bought some, I'm not sure what we're going to call this. I bought some stuff. It's raffia. We'll talk about it in a moment. So I bought in 300 grams because I bought some of this. Yeah. I'm really not liking the raffia. We'll talk about that in a moment for whips. But it's been a good month. So that's my finished objects. Whips then. I said I had my secret test knit. So that's finished. Part of it's finished. I have another part to finish. So that will be another whip for this month so that I can do the other part. I'm trying to be really discreet. That is discreet. No one, I've not said anything. Those of you that have been here a while will know what it is. Exciting! But yeah, that's another whip for this month. And then I need to work out my holiday projects because my sister-in-law has been like the best Disney planner. We're going to Disney for 3 weeks. We're doing Disney. There are rest days, but they're not really rest days because she's planning things on the rest days. And it, like, honestly, she's put in a shift to sort this out. And when I was talking about what projects I was taking, she's like, when do you think you're going to knit? It's like, in the evenings when we get home. She's like, no, we'll be home at 11 o'clock and you'll be up at 6 the following day. So you'll need to go straight to bed. And I'm so excited. But I've got projects that I want to take with me. And I've got airplane knitting and airport knitting. And there'll be a whole nother video series about how much knitting do I get done at Disney, which is what I need to do after this video. I need to gather I need to make some decisions. Because at the moment I've got about 10 things, and 10 things to take on a holiday is too many, I think. And I'm not sure there's going to be room in the suitcase for all of those. So I need to, yeah, I'm trying to compartmentalize. We're doing this blog, then we're going to do that blog. So yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I've lost my tangent now. But we're going on holiday, and I don't know what I was saying. Projects, like, let's have some more coffee, see if I catch up. It's a lot anyway. So my plan, what was I saying? I'm gonna have to stop this now and catch up, bear with. Right, we were talking about holiday projects and then I digress. So yes, the other part of the thing is definitely a holiday project. My hat is another holiday project. And then, because I generally feel like I'm happy to crochet and knit anywhere. I'm going to take some wool to make a couple of toft. There's a couple of toft makes that I want to add. Like, I want to do Jane the Pangolin because there's a pangolin patch. So I'm trying to make the patch that you saw of Martin Bear. I'm trying to make all the creations that go with the patches. So, like, while I'm standing in a queue, I can just crochet. Queuing for the roller coaster, I can crochet an arm. Queue for the next roller coaster, I can crochet a leg. So I'm going to take some crochet and little projects like that. I've also got a test knit that I'm doing for the lovely Anton of the Raw Wool Company. Anton has a new pattern coming out called the Stargazy Socks, and I'm going to be test knitting that. So that is my project for today. I'm going to cast that on in the minibus. We're all going in a minibus to the airport. So I'm going to cast that on today, and yeah, that's my airplane knitting and part of my holiday knitting. So I've definitely got a few projects that I've decided on. But I'm definitely going smaller. I might take my Wicked socks with me, my Elfie, my Glinda socks. Because again, they're easy just knitting around and around. The one project, I've not made any more progress on this since I showed you in the last video. I put it on and said, it doesn't fit. It doesn't. So I need to just iron it. So this is the Equality hat by Stephanus of the Be Extra Knitting podcast. And it is a bucket hat, or it should be a bucket hat with a brim. It's made using raffia. So I've got this straw-coloured raffia for me, and then I've got some grey raffia for Mark. Someone has commented, I can't remember your name, I'm really sorry, but you are 100% right. It's going to sweat, and it's probably not the best hat to wear all the time. But I figured, like, going out in the evening, a bit of late evening sun, just to keep it off my head, bald people problems. I figure it'll be a great little, just like, summer hat to wear when it's not too hot. If I just want a little bit of shade, I won't wear it all day. I've got a baseball cap that will, like, in the height of the afternoon sun, the baseball cap will be the head protector. But I really enjoy the pattern, and the raffia gives quite a lot where it then gets ironed, and the steam helps the material to relax. So what I need to do is just check, because I can't get this on now. So I just need to iron these bits, because as long as I know it's going to fit, I'll just keep going, and when I get to the villa, I'll then iron the whole thing, stretch it out, and it'll be perfect. What I don't want is that I work on this on the plane, for example, and these bits stretched, but this doesn't, and then I've made something and I've wasted time. So before I leave, when I finish this video, I need to iron this and just make sure that this stretches out. So I think we're going to be okay. So that's probably my only, my only real whip. I think I've got about 9 whips at the moment. But this is my most recent whip, really. So I'm going to take that with me. I'm really not loving crocheting with raffia. It's really hard on my hands. It's a really dense gauge. So I'm using a 3.5mm hook, which I need to make sure I don't confuse with my actual 3mm hook. I don't have a 3.5mm in my normal crochet. I don't know where the hook is. My normal crochet hook, I've got a roll out thing with all the different sizes, but there's no 3.5 in there. I don't know where it is. So I found a 3.5mm from Toft, which I don't know why I've got this, but I found one anyway. But I need to make sure I don't confuse, because I need a 3mm for my Toft makes and I need a 3.5mm for the hat. So I'm trying to make sure that I like stick it through the hat so we know that's the hat one. So that's going to be one of my whips. But I'm hoping I'm going to blog. I will definitely blog while I'm away. Whether I want to have some downtime. I've got 3 weeks off work, which is the longest. I've worked for my company for 26 years. And 18 days off. I run a team of project managers and I love my job. I'm one of those, like, find something you love, and I really do. It's the best job I've done in my company. But 18 days off is a long time. 10 days is the most I've ever had. Maybe I've had 11 one year. Like, you take an extra day at the end, but 18 days, like, ooh, it'll be fine. So I'm going to try and blog while I'm away, but I am also going to try and rest. So we'll see. But I am going to blog about how much crafting do I get done at Disney. I'm going to go to a yarn shop, hopefully. I've seen some plans, and I've seen a shop that I want to go to, and I think it fits in with the itinerary. And I'm also hoping to meet up with someone while I'm there. Big friend of the channel. She may be in the area. We may be able to coordinate diaries. That will be at the end when I'm back. This right at the very end of the holiday. That would be so exciting if I get to meet up with her. And I'm not going to say who, just in case plans don't, and in case we just can't type schedules, but I'm really hoping that I do. So I need to sort that stuff out. Yeah, I might do a little mini blog for next Monday. These are all the things I bought. What's my reflections on the first week? How much crafting have I done? But then just on to acquisition. So apart from buying the raffia, which I bought in June, so I bought 3 balls. Because it's paper, it's not yarn. Is it yarn? It's not wool, definitely. Is it yarn? But I bought 3 each in the colours. I think I only need, because actually if you think about it, I've now turned and I'm now coming down and then I've got the brim. I'm still on my first ball. So I think I just about make it with 2, but I did buy 3 just in case. So I bought those. The other thing I bought then is, I said earlier in the video, I was trying to find some Pride fibre. As in, fibre dyed by an LGBTQ dyer, but with a Pride theme if possible. And James Makes Yarn included a Pride bag. James, extra points for the Pride bag. I bought some fibre. So James has now started dyeing fibre. So I bought 2 braids of this. So this is 100% British super grade white blue face Leicester combed wool top. So I bought 2 of these, and this is the Tamagotchi colorway. I love fibre so much. So these are just so fun and vibrant. I bought 2, one for me, and one for my very good friend Charlotte from one of my knit groups. And Charlotte is the queen of jazz. If there's a colour choice that is this over a neutral, she will always go this. And what I love about Charlotte as well is we joke that she's Jazzy Charlotte, because like there'll be a pattern and she's just like stuck a pink flash in the middle of it. I'm like, that's a choice. And like she like just loves colour and leans into it, and Yeah, you can always, if you want someone to like enable you to be able to go off piste with the design, Charlotte's that friend to have. So Charlotte saw this and was like, oh my God, it's amazing, but I'm not a spinner. So I've got 2 braids. So I'm going to spin both of them, one for me, and then one I'm going to gift to Charlotte. And we'll see what it's going to be. I'm not sure yet, but obviously she does know. It's not a surprise. I have told her. And she knows it's not going to happen until at least I'm home. I'm very behind with my spinning. I've got loads of fibre. So on the graph, I'm very bad with fibre. So my fibre for the graph, oh, that's actually, it's not too bad. I've bought in 1,300 grams of fibre, but I've only spun 1,000 grams. So I'm minus, so actually these 3 braids, was I nearly level pegging then last month? Okay. So I'm about 300 grams behind. I'm very behind with my year-long blanket project from Gemma. Oh, let me grab those. Can you see, there's like little piles of wool and I'm going, can I take that? So I think I'm taking these with me as well. So I've got, I think I showed these off before as finished braids. So I'm part of Gemma from the Little Grey Girls monthly fibre club. And every month I get a braid of fibre with a mystery palette from Gemma. I'm then spinning it up and I'm going to make squares, 9-inch roughly squares. And then by the end of the year, if I can get 3 squares from every colourway, I'll hopefully have an amazing hand knit, hand spun blanket. But I'm currently 3 months behind with the squares. So these are definitely coming because these are easy park knitting. Because at least one of these is just a swatch. It's just knit and purl. And then there'll be one with like, it's got a little pattern. There'll be 2 then each colour that's got a pattern in it. So they're coming with me, assuming I can get them in the suitcase. But I've also then got last month's club to spin. This month's club is on its way. So I've then got 2 more to spin and knit. I'm very behind with this blanket. And those of you that stood at the beginning of the year when I said, I'm going to do a year-long fibre club and I'm going to spin every month and I'm going to make these swatches and we'll have a blanket as we're going throughout the year. And you're all like, sure, Jan. You can all bask in the glow that you were right and I was wrong. And I'm behind. So, but I'm hoping this 3-week holiday will be a good time to catch up. So if I can come home with 9 squares done, that is good going. And then I am 2 spins behind, but at least I'm then not like 5 behind knitting. So that's a priority. And again, that's easy. Like I should be able to get at least one whole, like 3 swatches from 1 ball. I should be able to do that on the plane, for example, if I don't do my test knit song. The how much knitting do I get done in Disney video is going to be an interesting one because I'm either going to work out how to smash queuing 3 hours for a roller coaster and crafting, or I'm going to come back and I'm going to go, look at my hat that I didn't finish to wear. We'll see. But yes, I bought some fibre from James, so I'm so excited. So I bought 2 of those, one for me, one for Charlotte, and then this 3rd one I bought just for me because I really love, I'm not a pastel person, but it just called to me. And this is the unicorn colourway. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what I would do with it. This will probably go in my stash for a while. It was James's first fibre release as well. And I said to him, I've still got 2 skeins in my stash from his very, very first dye release. So it was a colorway called Denim. I think he dyed like 6 of each color. He had 3 colors, 6 of each, I think, something like that. Really small he started. And I bought them, and I bought 2 because I wasn't sure what to do with one, and they're still in my stash. And I was talking to him about it when I saw him at Bristol at the Big Flock, that at some point I need to get those out and then make something with it. And it's like an OG James Makes Yarn. So I feel like I wanted to get an original fibre as well. Because even though I've got an original, do you know what I mean? It's like a souvenir fibre. So this will definitely go in my stash. I have no plans for this for a while. So there's other things and other spins I want to get done. But after 3 weeks in Disney, I'm coming home. My plan is for August to be like nothing. I want a really quiet time. I'm going to need it, I think, after doing Disney. So yeah, I bought that one as well. So I think that was really cute. And I think that's it for most of the crafting content. As I said, I will be back during July while I'm away. There'll be some videos. I'll do some little blogs as I'm going. I love filming little snippets and editing bits together. So we'll definitely keep it crafty. But yeah, lots of exciting plans. I've been toying with the idea of some patterns. There's some things in my head that I want to get out. I'm very excited about how do I take that part of Knit365 forward. So you'll hear more about that in August. I've been plotting and doing some things in the background about how you folks can get involved in supporting and get access to patterns and all that kind of stuff. But that is a after Florida thing. So in August, you will hear more news about that. And I'm very excited. I'm a little daunted, but we're going to go on the journey together. So yeah, there'll be more about that and how you can get involved. It will be different to the main channel, but we'll talk about it. So I'm very excited for what that's going to bring. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. It's 20 to 10. I'm trying to work out what time I started. I can't remember what time I started. Obviously, we've had to stop and start. And so I'll edit this together now while I'm on the bus on the way to the airport. And then you'll be watching this live on Monday. We're away for a couple of weeks. My mum and dad are coming to house sit because they can sit on the roof and have a drink and be closer to the bay for bars. And so, yeah, that's going to be fun for them. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to just 3 weeks of riding roller coasters. And yeah, we know it's going to be hot and humid. Every time I've talked about Florida so far, people have been in the comments like, do you know how hot it is? Like, I've got factor 100 for my head. Good recommendation for someone on the live that I did with Gary and Stephanus. Someone was talking about total sunblock. So I'll wear a hat, but I don't want to wear a hat literally every single time I'm out of the house. So when it starts to get a little bit cooler, I can put sun cream on, factor 100 on my ears and my head, and I can have like half an hour without a hat on. But yes, we're going in eyes wide open to Florida and everything around it. And yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. We're a big group. There's 8 of us, 6 adults, 2 kids. It's going to be hilarious spending 3 weeks with my niece and nephew. My nephew is a monster in a lovely way. He's super cute, but he's a handful. He's 3. So that's going to be fun. So I'm really looking forward to spending time with the kids. So yeah, right. Thank you very much. Let me know what you've been up to in June. How much did you get done? I don't feel like I did a huge amount. I feel like I've had more productive months. Like there's been some months I finished 2 shawls, but those bears took a lot longer than I was expecting. So yeah, lots on. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know what your plans are for July. If you've been, very specific question, if you've been to Disney and you crafted, let me know how much you crafted. Let me know any hints and tips. Good places to go and just like find half an hour to sit down and have a bit of peace and quiet. Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you have a lovely week ahead. A lovely couple of weeks ahead. If I don't have a video up next week, you'll know why. I'll be back with more content though at some point. So yeah, have a wonderful few weeks. And until we speak again, happy crafting.